This is Julia's fault. Let's start with that.
I'm so sorry, Reggie. It is. It's totally 1000% my fault.
God damn it. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Okay. So, matter of fact, I'm getting triggered. All right.
I'm sorry, Reggie. I think my electricity, it went out last night and I just didn't notice this morning. Until we were about to start.
We're gonna talk about it. Okay. I'm already fucking over it. Welcome to the RegiCast, guys. Okay. I'm your host, Reginald. Joining me today is Julia. Okay. This is a handful right here. Okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. I mean, listen, I know you might be having a tidal wave right now, but I'm having a good time. So I'm great.
Oh my God. We're gonna talk about it, guys. You asked for this. You asked for this now. Now you're gonna get an EJ tidal wave. Okay? This is gonna happen. Okay.
Great. Let's do it.
Let me start with my awkward blast. Okay. So, in no particular order. So the goal of the RegiCast is to have really enjoyable and meaningful conversations. That's it. Don't fucking DM me. I don't want to hear it. No. Okay. As long as I have an enjoyable and meaningful conversation, I won. Okay. So just get out my face. Okay. Now, with that being said, everyone that I've talked to on the podcast so far has been from the objective personality community. Basically, it's a typology community where they're trying to make Myers-Briggs typology indicator more attractive to the scientific community. You know, there's some skepticism on that, if we're being completely real, but you know, they're trying. Okay, they're trying to increase the inter-rater reliability, which is pretty cool. They have a website, they have a YouTube channel, so go check that out for the deets. Also, there are some Facebook, YouTube, Discord, Clubhouse, and etc. communities around this system because of how insightful the frameworks are, and just, you know, the community is pretty cool. So that's where I've been talking to all these people. Now, we're going to be using a lot of that terminology, especially after this fucking... I'm having an observer freak out already. So if you don't even know what an observer is, there are some links in the description. Okay, there is their beginner series video to watch, text to read, as well as a YouTube playlist that I've curated of 5 to 10 minute videos. Okay, go familiarize yourself because I'm not going to explain everything. Next, guys, you already know what it is. You can still catch these hands with shirtless Sephiroth. Okay, I know some people like shirtless things. I made it SF for you. Okay, but you're going to be disrespected by me with this character. Okay, so my friend code is in my about page. Okay, send me a message, send me a friend request, and send me a time in the SI so you can get your booty whooped. Okay, there's also an OP Facebook group exclusively to get their booty whooped in Smash Brothers. So come join us there if you're a part of that, if you have some fun, some spontaneous games, and have some good conversation. Okay, we're looking to start a tournament pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. Next, and I'm not sure if you set this up because you were free with this observer shit. You can turn on live chat if you want, if you hit comments. Okay. If she chooses to do that, she'll be able to see all your comments. Okay. We love your comments. So for example, Leon, I know you always get in your fucking feelings if you don't get recognized. Hi. So for using him as an example, we could throw your shit up on the screen if we like it. Now, if we don't like it, you're gonna be ignored. But leave a comment. Give my comments. Okay, that's it. So Julia, hi.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm already fucking over it. Look, so guys, here's what happened. This is literally a case study in Sleep Last, Demon Sensory, and Demon ST. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. First of all, I fucking forgot to send her the StreamYard. That's my fucking fault. So I was sitting getting pissed. I'm like, yo, where the hell is she? My dumbass didn't even send her the StreamYard. Okay, that's my fault. So I have some systems in place moving forward for that. So I'm sorry. But then when she logs on, she don't even have the shit plugged in. So she's stressing me out like, yo,
We
My
were
laptop's
just
about to
chatting.
die.
We were just like chatting, shooting the shit for like 5 minutes, and then like 2 minutes before we were supposed to go live, I was like, "Oh wait, my laptop's not plugged in. Like I don't have battery power. What the hell?"
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh no, we'll make it." I'm like, "What the fuck? No, we literally have an entire system telling you should not just run and figure this out. Go prepare." So then I had to freak out, and she found her extension cord and she got the ST to work, but she was fucking stressful, man.
I still don't know what's going on. It's like half of my outlets are out, half of my outlets are not, half of my lights are working. But like I just didn't notice it this morning when I got up. I just didn't notice it. The lights that I needed were working. And oops.
And plus she's an EJ. We'll talk about that, but now I gotta like tiptoe around her to make sure like I'm not attacking her identity because now I gotta be fucking careful. Fuck. You know? This is ridiculous. All right. That's it. That's my observer freak out. Thank you for listening. Okay.
I do love how you're freaking out, and I'm just like, it's fine. Like,
no,
it's chaos and it's silly and funny, but I mean, it's fine. I got the laptop plugged in. We're 4 minutes late. Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
No. I tried really hard to do the SI, okay? And I failed.
And I knocked over your blocks. Like, seriously, I feel like I'm playing the chaos role here, and you're playing I'm doing the organizing role here. What's going on?
Because I'm the alpha, okay? That's why. Duh.
And I'm the child that's like, I don't have my shit ready.
Okay. So that's my observer freak out. Thank you for indulging me, okay? For all of you deciders, I'm not serious, okay? So let's drop that. Now, as is tradition, let's start with our first impressions, okay? I know I'm just really disrespectful. I know I just make people super uncomfortable. We've already talked about that. But I just want to hear it from you, what your first impression is, so I can catalog that away erroneously in my SI. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so my first impression of you didn't have anything to do with disrespect. There was no disrespect involved, but I did think you were so insanely, like, painfully awkward. So our first impression was we were getting on a call to do like a typing with a few other people. And so we had never met at all before. And I had set up the call on my Zoom account, and I get messages like when people join the Zoom call, and I got a message like 4 or 5 minutes early that said Reggie has joined early. I was like, oh, yay, great. Reggie's joined. I'm going to make a new friend. I'm going to come on early and we're going to chat and like be friends. Yay. So I jumped on like 4 or 5 minutes early and I tried to like engage with you and you just stared at me blankly, just not saying anything. And I couldn't talk to you. And I felt so like, oh my God, this is so awkward. And we just like sat there for 4 minutes and like looked at each other.
Yep. That's exactly yeah.
Yeah. But then in later in the call, what?
No, I was gonna say in my defense, I didn't fucking know you. So what did you expect?
Well, that's true. But I was trying to like
I've FI. I've FI. But keep going.
So then we had the call. I think you were like pretty quiet throughout the call. But then at the end of the call, you said something like, I don't remember what it was, but it was something like genius, like really, really smart. And I was like, okay, this guy's smart and I like him. And then after that, it was kind of like the awkwardness was just funny. And now I think it's like cute and endearing. And yeah.
Oh, there you go, guys. I told you awkwardness is part of the DI. I never lie to you guys, okay? Now, I can share my version of that, of my recollection of that scenario, okay? Because prior to that, I mean, she's been around. She has her YouTube channel, which she doesn't want people to view, so don't follow her. Don't click her stuff, by the way. She doesn't want you to know her YouTube channel is typing backwards, okay? It's not in my description of this YouTube channel. Don't click on any of her stuff. Don't send her any positivity over there. She wants to be completely ignored.
Thanks, okay. Reggie.
You're welcome. All right. Now, prior to that, I saw her YouTube channel and I saw like, she has her occasional posts in the Facebook. I'm like, okay, she seems nice in a FE way, just like, okay, like just like a good vibe superficially. I'm like, okay, she's nice. It's not necessarily someone
good vibes superficially. What a good way to describe FE. Like good vibes superficially.
Yeah. It's like, it's like friendly, she seemed friendly. But when I got, so we're part of this typing team or whatever, and yeah, like I joined early, and like, so my whole thing was my FI was super defensive because it's like I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go, and I don't even know if I want to be here, and so it's like when you started to try and be friendly, it's like I was like, yo, don't fucking talk to me, like I don't know you yet, that's with the greatest respect. With the greatest respect. I'm like, yo, we're not there yet. So that was my first impression. Is she tries. That was my first impression. She tries. Which I guess is good. Yeah. Is it? I don't know. You tell me, DI.
I mean, I don't know if it's good. It's not like I don't hate my FE, but like the try hard vibe is a little like it can be a little off-putting.
Yeah. Especially to my FI, it's like, yo, just I'm here to work. That's how I felt. I'm like, look, I'm here to do a job. I'm here to type. Just don't talk to me after that.
And I was like so excited because I thought, oh yay, we can FE before we get down to work. Like, yay, FE, and then we'll get down to work. Apparently other people don't think like that.
I never think like that. It's a problem. Like I have been called, and guys, I'm a double decider, so I'm allowed to say this. I've been called, I have a stick up my ass, super uptight, really guarded, doesn't talk much. That's my first impressions at work. Those are usually my first impressions at work. Those like down to the like wording that, so I'm like, look, I just own it. Now, really good. Thanks for sharing. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the OP. Let's start with the OP, all that cute shit. All right. We're going to do the OP. So here's the overview, guys. We're going to do OP. All right. We're going to talk about type. There's a lot to talk about with type. And then we're going to talk about her interests, but not her YouTube channel. We're not going to talk about how she's been coming up with some really cool theoretical constructs on there. We're not going to talk about her NT on there at all. Okay? That's not going to happen at around the hour 20 mark. Okay? That's not happening. All right. So let's start with the OP.
You're just so good at making things awkward. You're just like, you're so good at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I try. All right, so let's start with OP, okay? Let's start with just the regular vanilla SI. Tell me about your saviors and demons, all of that. Start with the feeling, okay? Because that's kind of the most obvious one.
This is the most obvious one. You can't miss it. You can't fucking miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, feeling. Okay, so my type is in my name. You can see it. It's there. Feeling at the top. Yeah, so feeling is... I mean, I don't really know. Okay, so one of the things I've been thinking is kind of the pros and cons of being, say, like a feeler versus a thinker. Okay. And I feel like for me, the feelers, what I'm seeing kind of with my own FE and with other feelers is like just the ability to process my emotions like really, really quickly. Not really, really quickly, but like relatively quickly. The ability to process my emotions relatively quickly. The ability to be in control of my emotions. The ability to kind of use my emotions and use pain kind of as leverage to motivate me to like go and, do something. But really just the ability to like manage my emotions. That's been really, really valuable to me because I mean, it's just, well, it's obvious, the ability to manage your emotions. It's great. But I feel like for me, the downside, what? Yeah, it's obvious. Is it not obvious?
No. We'll talk about that.
Okay. Well, I was going to say the downside, I feel like, to feeling and to all feelers and like what I've seen in myself is like, I just want to sit around and feel my feelings. And I want to, when I talk to people, I just want to talk about my feelings. And when they talk about getting shit done, I'm like, can I leave? be done now? I don't want to. I just want to like feel my. I just want to. All I want to do all day long is sit on the phone with a friend and chit chat about my feelings. What I want to do.
I don't understand at all. Literally, I can't relate at all. That is so strange.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked about this though, right? So one of the things you've mentioned is you actually enjoy bad feelings because resolving it gives you like an even greater high, right?
Yeah, sort of. So having savior feeling, I feel like is the ability to like being okay with the contradictory feelings and being okay with positive feelings and being okay with negative feelings. And I feel like having those contradictory feelings, there is something like great about the negative feelings, because when you feel those negative feelings and you can really get in there, then when you like change them to the positive feelings, it's like it's so much better. The difference between the negative and the positive is just like when you feel bad, once you get out of that and then you feel good, it just, that difference feels amazing.
Yeah.
But with Effie in particular, so this is something that I've been thinking about with Effie, and I don't know if this is true or not. It's a bullshit idea that I've been thinking of. I kind of wonder if the Effies are like way more okay with like putting pain on other people, kind of. Because I feel like the FIs are really good at putting pain on themselves, and they're really good at like managing their own internal pain, and they're good at using pain to push themselves. And the FEs, I see the FEs as like our biggest thing that we're doing in life is like we're kind of running around trying to like take pain from other people, you know, trying to like take on other people's pain. That kind of feels like our play energy. Like I'm gonna like be the martyr and like take your pain from you.
Yeah.
But I sort of feel like the flip side is the FEs are like, I'll also put pain on you. You know, I'll also like, I'll play with pain with the tribe or something like that.
That's so fucked up. Sorry, that's my bias.
No, it's totally fucked up. It's totally fucked up.
That's my bias. I'm not. No, actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
My bias is to say immediately that fucked up. I will flag that.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. But I mean, it does make sense, because if you think about the FIs, like they're so good with playing with their own internal emotions and putting pain on themselves, and then like kind of, you know, using that to grow and yada yada. And I just feel like the FEs are okay with like pain pleasure with the tribe. You feel pain, I feel pain, and then I'll take away your pain, and then, you know, like kind of in that way.
Yeah, this is my fucking boss. Sorry, guys. You already know I'm sleep last. I'm about to process some shit in the moment. Okay, my boss knows be now because it's like and I'm actually gonna report his dumbass to HR. Like he will send me some shit like after hours of like just really passive aggressive, like almost trying to shame me over some bullshit.
Shaming, and yes, like, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Go ahead.
No, keep going.
Didn't mean to interrupt. Yeah, the shaming thing that the FEs do, just like the like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like, yeah, if there's this negativity over here, then we should all share in the negativity, kind of a thing. Or like I don't know how to describe it, but okay, so I'm really trying to process SF Blast, and I feel like SF Blast is like guilt tripping people, kind of. Like, I want you to do this specific sensory thing. How am I going to get you to do this specific sensory thing? I'm going to move your emotions to get you to do that specific sensory thing. What's the best way to move someone's emotions? Pain. I'm going to push you with pain to do that sensory thing.
Yeah, and you know what's hilarious? Because, and this is actually what I did to my boss too. It's like, because he's expecting, because everyone else in my job will just move out of shame and embarrassment. Yeah. I just sent him a long, strongly worded email back. I'm like, look, this literally doesn't even make any fucking sense what you're asking me to do. I have like literally 3 jobs here. So you need to back the fuck off. And I'm performing, by the way. And he just didn't respond. Because look. Anyway,
Well,
that's
if
how
he's
you deal with
masculine Effie, then it's like, yeah, once you push it, it's like,
Yeah, that's how you deal with that.
yeah.
So anyway, that's my TE tip for everyone in the chat. If someone's giving you bullshit as an FE, just attack them the TE immediately and they'll stop. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Anywho, that's my negativity. I'm really stressed out. I'm thinking about this guy. God damn it. All right.
But yeah,
But
yeah.
To your credit, let's double decide. Okay. You have not done this. I've talked with you several times. You're not I have not experienced you doing any shaming. I have noticed you. There was one time I think in the typing team we're in is like you I did see you do like a legit SF blast once where you were like, yeah, I think I forgot what the specific context was, so I'm sorry guys, but it's like there was one point where someone was pushing back on you and you were like, oh no, this wasn't a question or a suggestion. I'm telling you to do this. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, huh. Well,
That's
that
pretty
wouldn't
cool.
be SF blast if it's like
what?
I'm telling you to do this. That would be my TI.
Oh, is really? Isn't that SF?
Yeah. No, SF would be like if I were doing SF blast, it'd be like a passive aggressive like are you sure you want to do that because, you might feel bad about it?
Oh, that's why you do that?
Like, do I do that?
Yes. I did not connect that. That's so funny. I didn't know that was blast. It just feels really passive.
Yeah, it is. It's passive aggressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so you're saying when you do the TI, so okay, maybe I'm wrong. So it's like when you say you do the TI, when your TI gets triggered, that's when you just like, no, we're doing it my way type of thing.
I think so. And especially if I were like aggressive about it, it'd be my TI because that's really my only like aggressive function. It'd be my TI.
Yeah.
My SF is like, passive aggressive.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like SF blast is like like you think of your grandma that's like trying to like rope you into like coming to Thanksgiving, like, well, you should really come home for Thanksgiving this year.
My grandma, this is so funny. My grandma literally does that.
Yeah. You should do the specific sensory thing to make all the trans people happy, and I'm gonna push you with negativity. I'm gonna make you feel bad if you don't. Yeah.
She knows better than to do that with me too, because it's like I literally will go off on her. I'm like, grandma, like, look, it's look, and I'm not a good person, guys. If you want to call me a bad identity, that's okay, But with my grandma, I'm like, literally, I'm like, yo, you guys go have fun. I'm doing my thing, so I'll call you when I'm ready. Like, she's like, no, but when am I gonna see your grandkids? And I'm gonna, oh no, I'm like, oh, no. All right, stop. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
That's kind of the contradiction, though, is I feel like it doesn't really work. So it feels like it works. So maybe it doesn't work with you, but for a lot of people, it'll work for that like one specific thing. But then long term, they fucking hate you. Like it doesn't facilitate the FE tribe happiness long term. Like it's, oh God, it's the fucking worst. And I feel like that's the contradiction.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
Look, you don't want to trigger me because you're my friend. I like you. You don't want to trigger me when it comes to FE, please, because that's gonna hurt your feelings.
No, then this podcast might not work out so well.
Exactly.
I mean, do you know that I'm going to be talking about FE all the time?
Yes, that's why I'm trying to keep my mouth shut.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Now, speaking of Julia getting all up in your feelings, let's talk about you as a decider. First of all, you almost had a tidal wave coming on this show.
I did have it was a micro tidal wave. It was a very, very small tidal wave, but it was a proper tidal wave. Yeah. So it was, would you like me to explain the tidal wave?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. So, so when we were coming on the show, you reached out to me, and you said, hey, do you want to be on my podcast? And again, I jumped in. I was like, yay, fancy friend time with Reggie. Sure. Yay. And I just said yes, without even thinking about it. No, like thought process of like, what would this actually be like? I just jumped in. And then you sent me like like a Word doc of like some of the topics that we would cover. And the first topic was probably Julia the human, interests. And I saw that and I thought, oh my God, he's gonna ask me about myself. Oh no! Oh no!
What did you expect? Hold on.
I know. I know.
What the hell?
That's the thing. I didn't expect. I didn't have any expectations.
Oh my
I would just yay, Effie, play. And then I thought, oh, I should have thought about that.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
So why was that a problem though? Like, why would that? Because I mean, I know on paper it's the identity, but like from an experience, like, why was that a big deal?
I mean, well, see, it wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was a big deal. It's just EJ syndrome of like when I am encountered with, oh, surprise, someone wants to know about you as a human. There's just an automatic, oh my God, fear.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you saw how long it lasted because I was texting in the little like messenger thing. It lasted like 30 seconds. So I wouldn't say it was a big deal. But it was just an instant like, oh my God, oh no. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. And then I got over it like instantly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you freak out when you have to talk about yourself. Yeah. I'm guessing you freak out when people ask you what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
How are you alive then?
Great question. I don't
you don't even have an answer.
Well, I don't know. I'm here. I do exist. I don't know.
I don't get this.
I mean, you just get by. It's like no, but I feel like you could say that about any of the demon functions, right? Like, how are single observers alive? How is demon sensory alive?
I absolutely delegate. No, I know how. I delegate all my sensory to other people. That's how. You hire motherfuckers.
I delegate my TI to other people. When people ask me like about myself, I like do a little workaround. I'm like, I don't know, what do you think about me?
That's so funny. I should like. Here's the thing. The funny thing is, I should be able to relate because I have Saver DE. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think I've always kind of known. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of this guy.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
I feel like an anime character sometimes. That's my little side rant. But anyway, keep going.
I was going to say the decider issues and the decider struggles and the fear of like, oh my God, someone's asking me about myself has like, I feel like plummeted since objective personality. Because so pre-objective personality, I feel like my entire life was about like decider issues. My entire life was like having anxiety about people judging me, like just worrying about, and like decider bullshit, worrying about, oh my God, if I talk to someone, are they going to ask me about myself? And then that would be so scary. And then, oh my God, what would I do? And just like going over that stuff kind of in my head. That's like, it was everything. But after objective personality, kind of just the realization that that's like total bullshit and like really, really not true at all. It's like now the decider tidal waves are totally different. They're for the most part like those things like, this where I like jump in and forget that someone's going to ask me about myself and oh no, but then I just like kind of get through it because I kind of know what's going on. It feels like I have the NE now of like objective personality. And so I can just kind of go through them. Like it's not really a big deal. It's just something that's weird, Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm glad you got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna pretend I relate. I'm sorry. Like it's just this DI is always there for me. It's yeah. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do a compare and contrast, but it's like just briefly, it's like
I feel like that's gonna be the most fun part of the podcast.
Oh, fuck. All right, fine. We'll do that. All right. So we'll get back to it. See, she's guilting me. She's SF guilting me to do it. Yeah. I'm onto your shit.
Oh, no.
Anywho, continuing on with the decider shit, I remember. So I took some notes. You mentioned people are judging me. So that
Yeah.
seems to be a thing. Yeah.
Yes. Just the
Okay.
intense fear of, oh my God, people are judging me. Just always.
Yeah. Which that's more relatable. Like,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, but judging on what though? Is it always tea?
I mean, yes and no. Um, it's also hard because I don't feel that like nearly as intensely now. Like not nearly.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually tea. Fuck no, it's everything. Like the tea thinking so someone judging me based on my behavior, based on the things that I'm doing, based on like failing at like doing something is like so intense that it felt like death. Like it's really intense. But then I'm
Mm-hmm.
also worried about people judging me for other things, for everything. Like I used
Mm-hmm.
to be worried that people thought I was awkward, which my Effie is like responsible for the awkwardness. I used to, I don't know, worry about, I don't know, worrying that people judge me for like my sensory things, like the physical things that I own that I have. I'm also responsible
Yeah.
for that, and I used to, worry about people judging me for that. But someone judging me for my behavior or like failing at something that like I was responsible to do is like, yeah, like, oh my God, the intensity is like it's hard to communicate. So intense.
So help me understand this, because I like, can't you just give yourself, like, at what point do you say, hey, people make mistakes? Like, do you ever do that?
Oh yeah, totally. That's how I do it. So that's how I would
Oh,
get through that is by sort of giving myself so like, hey, people do make mistakes. But
okay.
that's using I kind of almost see that as using my feelings to sort of get over the fear. And I'm decent at that actually because I can regulate my feelings really really well. So like
Yeah.
when I have fear of someone judging me, I can use my feeling to kind of modulate that fear.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm still not taking responsibility for my TI, so I'm still always worried about someone like seeing that TI. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to somebody. I'm at the point now. I'm just trusting this is resonating with someone. Okay. I don't. This is not a language I speak.
Okay, sure.
Okay. It's okay. Someone gets it. All right. Someone
Okay,
feels
great,
for you.
great.
All right. Next, let's talk about the sleep last. You already know that's my fucking favorite thing to talk about in the whole world.
Yes. Yes.
You so when we were doing prep, you were describing, so not even prep, because we did an episode with Kevin. We did like a roundtable thing.
Yeah.
It was like a bunch of sleep lasts. And at that time, you were describing your sleep last. It was like you are revisiting certain memories and things like that.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, and this might be me being an asshole or whatever, I was like, is that really what ST sleep looks like? Really? I don't know if that's what that is. Because if I
Yeah.
think about what Elon Musk is doing on crack,
Yeah.
that's not what he's doing. Right? If I think about what Sam Harris is doing on crack, that's not what they're doing. They don't fucking care about the emotional nostalgia. They're worried about, I need to break a problem down into its constituent parts and then put it back together. That's their whole vibe, right? So, for example, Elon Musk, that's how he started Tesla, right? I told you this example where he was like, look, I want to start this company with electric cars, but so how will I be able to make a battery that's affordable enough for us to mass produce this? And then so his ST locked onto that question. And he was like, okay, what are the components of a battery? How do they work together? How much do each piece cost? Right? And then he was like, oh, they only cost this much, as opposed to what's on the market. They're like charging like a 600% profit on these. I should just buy the parts separately and then make a company around that. And that's how we started. That's how I see ST Sleep. They're like this. It's like a step by step. How does this work?
Okay,
Right.
well, if
And
you were
so
to take what Elon Musk is doing and breaking it down into its constituent parts, I feel like it's building a system in sensory reality for what you're going to do. So, like,
yes.
so if you take what I'm viewing as my sleep, which is a very immature view of sleep because it's last, it is like going over the things that I am doing in physical reality and the decisions that I have made about those things in physical reality.
Mhm.
And so that's like at like, I feel like the basic level. What am I doing in physical reality? And then one step up is, okay, can I build on that? Can I build a system for how I would do this thing in physical reality? You know, like if I'm doing my chores, it's like, how am I going to do this specific chore? You know, I'm going to do this step and then this step and then this step and then this step and then this step. And now I have a system for this one task that I'm going to do. Right. And then if you like go up from there, then it's like doing, you know, a project in physical reality to build something. And then if you like go up from there, then it's Elon Musk who's building, I don't know what the fuck he talked about, things in physical reality.
He's building entire companies like to create ST. You have Tesla, you have SpaceX, PayPal. Yeah.
So it's building in the ST reality. And Elon Musk is building giant companies in ST reality. A lot of it, I mean, his NE comes into play massively.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
Doing lots of different ideas and stuff. But yeah, building in reality. But I feel like what I'm seeing is to me, it feels like the core part of sleep, or maybe the most basic part. I don't know what you want to call it.
Okay.
But just like, here's a physical thing that I'm doing. Here's a physical thing that I'm doing. Here's a physical, in a very myopic, detailed way. Does that make sense?
Right. And I mean, to be fair to you, and this is something you called me out on, you were like, look, you can't compare me to Elon. Like, my sleep is like 2 years old.
Yeah.
I get that. But I just did want, I'm like, you know, I
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so when we were talking about that, you also brought up the idea of first principles that Elon Musk talks about. The way that he thinks about things is in first principles, which is breaking things down to their fundamental truths. And I was looking it up, and it does seem like a lot of SINE. You know, here's what's going on. Here's the pattern. How do you know that that pattern is true in reality? It's by breaking it down into its fundamental components, which is the SI. And you know that the SI is true in reality. And so if you build up those fundamental components, then that leads to the pattern. And that's how you know that the pattern is true.
You know what's funny about that? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, good.
I'm going to channel change. You better say your thought. Okay.
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, really good. So what's funny about that is I know people with NI who say, oh, no, I think in first principles. I do. So I'm like, okay, is this an OI thing or are they full of shit? It's literally where I'm at.
It sure sounds like SINE to me, but honest, I don't know. I don't know enough about first principles to be able to say anything. So. Yeah.
And then I think Felix, because this is what I was thinking. Maybe first principles is the DI thing. To be fair,
breaking down the reasons.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So really good. Let's, in the interest of time, we're going to transition over to the compare and contrast, and then we're not going to talk about you. And then we're going to do some questions, okay?
Wait, haven't we been talking about me? Did we skip?
No. No, this is theoretical. This is not SF. Okay. So let's do the compare contrast. Thinking versus feeling first.
Yes.
We had a long, drawn out conversation about this several times.
Yes.
Where you just want to, like, we're both fucking up. So when it comes to solving a problem, thinkers and feelers both fuck up. They overdo one side, right? So the notes I have, and you can elaborate on this, is feeling just wants to avoid the problem. I didn't even realize this. Like, y'all just want to feel good. I'm like, bro, we got to solve this. You're like, no, I don't want to do that right now. Let's go listen to music and let's talk about it and let's feel better and let's do it tomorrow. Oh my God.
If there's a way to feel good without doing the thing, I'm just going to go straight to the feeling good.
Yeah.
You know, if the problem is, say there's like a problem in reality, if I can like solve the problem by just listening to music, then that's what I want to do. Because once you feel good, there's a resolution. Then
there isn't. No, there isn't. I'm going to speak
Yeah,
for all
totally.
humans. That is not, no.
Yeah.
No. Because think about, yeah, I mean, David Shen gave a perfect example. It's like, let's say your laptop is fucking up and you hire someone and they try to do that feeler approach. It's like, yeah, let's just talk and let me get to know you guys. And I mean, that's great, but I didn't hire you for that.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. I have friends. Okay. I didn't need to pay you to be my friend for an hour. I need you to fix my fucking computer. Now, in contrast, though, and this is a good, I think you called this out. Thinkers want to force the problem to be solved until they get stuck in bad emotions, and that's where they get stuck.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like
Yeah.
the thinkers were just like run at the problem and they'll do the thing and they won't be aware that they like hate doing the thing or like they like hate it. And then it'll fuck up the solution because they're just like, I don't want to do this. I'm like angry about this. And then they either don't do it well or maybe they do it well, but then it like wears on them eventually. And then it just, it fucks everything up eventually. Yeah. Does that sound true to you?
I mean, definitely for me, I'm trying to TE and like look at, the thinkers on a spectrum. Big surprise, right? But like, definitely for me, I have a hard time with that where it's like, I will stay on a problem too long, right? Like, I will try and make things work, whether it's with a person, whether it's with my job, whether it's with like, I will stay on it too long. And like, part of it is like, yo, you need to like emotionally like let that go, right? Either move on to something else or take a break from it or get yourself in the right mind, like emotional space to solve it. Because what ends up happening is I'll get frustrated and like I won't deal with that frustration. So that frustration will build and it will start to show, especially socially. And like people will stop wanting to work with you because you're pissed off. I don't know if that's FI exclusively, but that's what
is it like if you're working on something and you can't get it to work, you'll just keep pushing, trying to get it work? But
no,
really, it's like there's no value here. Like I shouldn't be working on this.
Not always. I mean, because sometimes I can get things to work that I just hate. It's like this is going to be an analogy. Okay, so it's almost like I'm working for Nazis, right? And I'm like a spy or whatever for like the other side, and they're making me do things for them, and I can get those things to work, but I hate them.
Yeah.
And so that resentment's going to build, and then eventually that will fuck me up because then my emotions are like, I can't fucking do this anymore.
Yeah. That does seem to be the problem with the thinkers. That sucks.
That's my life. But yeah, so I think what we were saying is to solve a problem, whether you're a thinker or a feeler, you have to like, it still sounds like you have to do feeling first, right?
That's kind of what I think. I've been sort of mulling over the idea that it seems like we're all savior FI. We all want to put our feelings first, and we all feel like we have to resolve the feelings before we can really do the thing well. Because if you do the thing without resolving your feelings, you're going to fuck it up. Because we all need our emotional state. We all need to be in a good state when we're doing things in our lives. Feelings seems like it always comes first.
Yeah, but like, so, and that's what's the danger about it, because like as what you want, you're like, I just want to feel good and be done. But it's like,
yes, yeah.
It's like that transition is hard because like you need the good feelings to do the thing, but you need to do the thing,
Yeah, totally. It feels like Shannon and Dave always talk about like dog legging, and it feels like thinkers are taking a dog leg of like they'll run at the thing and do the thing when really they need to resolve their emotions first. Right. But it's like no matter what, because your feelings are like really the driver in your life, like your feelings are always going to make themselves known. Your feelings are always going to come up. You can't avoid them. Whereas I feel like with me, like I could just avoid the thing, like I don't, like once I resolve my emotions, there's not like that much motivation to like do the thing. I can just avoid the thing.
No, you can't. What do you mean?
I'm not saying that you should. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like internal motivation.
Yeah.
In terms of internal motivation, I feel like your feelings are going to make themselves known. You know, your feelings are going to come up. But with not doing the thing, it feels like it's something almost external. Like if I don't do the thing. I don't have an internal motivation to say, no, the thing has to get done. It's like an external thing that said the universe says the thing hasn't gotten done.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense enough. Again, I'm outsourcing it to the tribe. Someone will resonate and leave a comment letting her know it was good. Okay. All right. Next, let's do TE versus TI. I know this. I think you're the one who put this on here.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so yeah, this is something that I've been processing.
Okay.
We can do a little TE talk out of whether or not this is true or not.
You don't want those problems, Julia.
I know.
Okay. Wreck you.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've been thinking about is like I feel like my major void in life is like not being able to do the thing and not being able to build ST systems in reality, like for myself. Like just let's say not being able to do the thing. And I know we had talked about this, that I feel like I'm so enamored with the TEs and especially the TESEs because they're able to like do the thing in reality. I was like, oh my God, the TEs are able to get so much shit done. And I feel like you said something along the lines of, but like Gary V is out there getting so much shit done and like, yeah. And I think you're right. And I feel like that's a contradiction that I have not resolved.
Is it?
And I see it. Yeah. Wait, you don't think it's a contradiction?
No, just people are fucking cowards. Half of the people who aren't doing things are just cowards, period. I don't even see that as type. Or actually, no. I do see that as type. I see that as a weak DI.
So what does that have to do with cowardice?
No, so I mean, for me, coward is part of weak DI, right? It's like you're not doing what you want to do, right? So, for example, Gary V, FE, he's working harder than me. He's getting more shit done than me easily. I'm not even fucking. That's why I love his shit, because my TE is like good shit, my boy. You out here executing. Look, I'm getting hyped. See, when I talk in slang, I get super hyped. Gary V is hyped to me because my TE is like, wow, he's executing so much. But I can see he's doing a lot of FE stuff I wouldn't do as a bonus, right? But he's still way out executing a lot of the TEs I know, including myself.
Sure, but I guess what I'm thinking about is like I feel like with Demon TI, to me it feels like a void of like not having the skill of doing the thing, and it feels like
oh no, he has the skill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but I mean he's also Gary V. He's a pretty amazing person.
But see right there. No, but right there, that's the identity. You just said, oh, he's this identity, of course, but he's an EJ. That's like the last thing you would expect to say about an EJ. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the fact that you're pointing at his identity.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, but it's Gary V. It's like he had to build that.
Yeah.
You know? So I think a lot of people, and what I've noticed with a lot of people, TE, FE, it doesn't even matter what their type is. If they don't have the identity of I'm gonna fucking just like crush the world, they're fucking lazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't even care if they're blast play, if we're being honest. They're just not executing because they're afraid or they're afraid of judgment or whatever. That's why he talks about that so much. It's like he's like, most people don't act because you're afraid of judgment. Anyway, you got me hyped, Julia. You already know I watch Gary Vee all day.
I do, yeah.
I love his shit.
So I guess what I'm thinking about is it does seem like at least from my perspective, and what I'm really trying to process is I don't know if this is just me misinterpreting my own demons, like savior demons, or if this is an actual true thing in reality. What I see with the TEs is it feels like the TEs, especially the SETEs, are actually genuinely so much better at executing things in reality than like my extroverted functions. So like we're both blast play running around. Here's what I feel like. We're both blast play running around doing shit, right? But I feel like when the TESEs run around do shit, they all like actually have an outcome and like make something in reality that like works and is good. And I feel like when I run around doing shit, I'm like a chicken running around with my head cut off. I'm just like, you know, I'm not doing shit and I'm not creating an outcome. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm like running around FANE.
Okay. So,
you know?
if I triangulate off of my boss, who I'm almost positive as FE,
Yeah.
I think under default settings, I think you're right, because that's my biggest frustration with the guy.
Mhm.
Is just like he'll call meetings just to make sure we're feeling good or whatever he thinks feeling good is.
Yeah.
And he'll interrupt like work so that he can get us all back on some weird emotional wavelength, which by the way no one even likes. Right? That's the joke, because it's interrupting us. Right? Even the people with FE. You know what I'm saying?
Even I hate that shit.
It's like, bro, we're working. Like, can we wait, or can you put this on our schedule in advance, like, or after, like, before work? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not useful. So yeah, so I would say under default settings, especially in a work environment, yes, FE is wasteful. But I think I think Gary Vee is what I'm locking onto, because what he has done, and like, let me put it this way. I think Gary Vee, when he was younger, was probably doing that. Like when he was working for his dad in the liquor store, I think he was probably more like what you're talking about, where he's just like, hey, let me try and make everybody happy and let me expend all my energy to, But I think what ended up happening specifically with him is he started tracking things that made sense to him. So for example, he would literally track, okay, where is ST? He's like, where would people, or maybe NT, maybe in his case, but like definitely TI. He's like, where are people literally walking in the store and where are they paying attention? So and based on that, where should I put the items in the store? Right? So he would start building the store based on that. Right? And he wouldn't tell anybody. And he like
his NI.
Yeah, so I think that's where he started doing like his little sleep processing. This is back when he was in the liquor store. And so he started building his business based on stuff like that, right? He's like, okay, what type of ad should I buy? So he bought a lot of Google AdWords, right? Which were super new at the time. But because, I mean, this is why we hear about Google ads now, because it's like the reach is fucking insane. So he bought a bunch of that, and that brought a lot more business. And so as he started getting like these wins in the ST, then he started getting more confident to building his own thing. So until he started, a media company. And I think once he had that track record of success, he's just executing now. He's like, look, I already know what I'm fucking doing. You guys don't have the track record I do. Just get out of my way, which is a good cross check, because I think Ti consistently says stuff like that, right? I know I'm rambling, but anyway.
You are. That's okay. Yeah. Huh. Okay.
So the short story is you need to do some cool shit. Like this is why, like EJs, like the whole advice to EJs is like you need to start keeping promises you make to yourself, right? You have to start building the DI quite literally. It's like, okay, you did this. Oh, okay, cool. You did this. Okay, cool. And then once you have a track record with yourself, you can use that to push the world. Because they don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't have TI. I don't fucking know what works. What the fuck? I just, you know what I'm saying? I just take someone's advice over here. It's like, okay, I should make a podcast. Sure. Like,
yeah. I feel like the T's do know what works, though. At least, like, in my experience with the T's, it feels like you guys say shit like that. Like, I don't know what fucking works. I'm just taking advice from everyone else. But, like, you do know what works. At least from my perspective, you do.
No, because we're at least for me, I'm constantly paying attention to what works consistently.
Yeah, because you're building the spectrum.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna have a good guessing record. But I mean, think about with Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk is a perfect contrast, because with Elon, this is any bullshit interpretation. I have no sensory proof for this, but it's like I feel like a lot of the people putting him down initially were TE. They're like, oh, we haven't seen this before. Every time someone would start a rocket company, they would fail. Every time someone would try an electric company, they would fail. This doesn't work. Done. Right? And his TI was the one that had to lock on and double down and be like, no, this actually is gonna work. And now, now he's basically saying fuck you with his money, So that's where I think TE is retarded or stupid. I'm working on that, Amelie. I'm so sorry. That's where TE is stupid, because I am definitely like, we'll just dismiss stuff that has not have a precedent.
I feel like we're having a TETI miscommunication here. Do you feel that?
No.
Do you feel that?
No.
I feel like I'm trying to make a point about like someone's individual skill level, and you keep making a point about someone's individual motivation. Am I bullshitting that? Am I reading into that? Is that not what's going on?
You're probably right. Keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like when you're talking about this, I'm like, I agree, but you're not addressing what I'm talking. Like you just changed the channel almost, even though you didn't. But you're just using a different language. I'm like, yes, you're that. Yeah, you're right. But like, what are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm talking about someone's individual skill level.
Okay.
I'm enamored by the TE's individual skill level, and you're being like, I don't know what you're saying. You're like, yeah, but when the Effies get motivated, then we should do something. You're like, I don't know.
Oh my god.
That's what's going on. I don't know.
That's probably what's happening. I believe
I think it is.
Because the motivation's all that matters. What are you talking about? It's FI. Who fucking cares about someone's skill level? It's fucking irrelevant. I can hire someone with that skill level. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not relevant.
Yes, I feel like that's like the underlying assumption that the TEs are saying. Like, what the fuck do you mean someone's skill level? It's irrelevant. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. I can buy someone's skills, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
That's so funny. All right.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. We're going to do 2 more quick compare contrast, and then we're going to move on, okay? Observer versus decider. You wanted to talk about that for some reason.
Yeah, I do. What the fuck is it like to not see half the board? Like, okay, so I'm trying to process what the fuck are the single observers? Because in my head, single deciders are the only thing that exists, and I don't get the single observer game. So I'm trying to like step into the shoes of a single observer and really feel like what is it like to just have your brain not take in?
Isn't this a trick question? This is a trick question.
Why is that a trick question? What?
Because the answer is sorry, my mic. See? The answer is I don't know. I'm fucking fiddling with my mic here.
Like, I don't know, I'm blind to that.
Yeah, it's like I'm fiddling with my mic. I'm more worried about this mic. It's like shit, this shit's gonna fall. Okay. Like, that's my life.
I feel like the way we started this podcast was such a good description of that, because I was the one that was causing chaos. Like, it was my problem. It was my thing problem. I fucked up with the things, right? My things were off. But you're the one who's freaking out. And I'm like, the things will be fine. It's okay. I have backups. I have another laptop. I got an iPad. I got it'll be fine.
No,
we're freaking out.
Okay, so let's do process of elimination, right? I am not freaked out about people like that.
Yeah. Why not? How do you do that?
They're not fucking relevant. Are you joking? Here's the thing. I love people, as you know, right? I'm messaging people literally all day. That's my life. I love people. But at the same time, it's like, they've been dicks to me at times too. It's like, all right, I already know, people would come and go.
What if they tell you that you do something wrong?
They tell me that all the time.
Get through that.
They tell me, the answer is they tell me that all the time, so I'm used to it. They're like, Reggie, why don't you fucking do this? Reggie, you're a jerk to this person. Reggie, you're being weird here. You're being awkward here. I'm like, fuck, all right, whatever. That's not a big deal.
That just makes
that's always gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's always gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right? Now with my mic so maybe that's your answer. Because for me, I've embraced that's eternal decider drama. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. The thing I feel like I could avoid. That's why I'm stressed. I'm like, man, we could have started on time. I could have made it so my mic didn't fucking fall right now. Okay? That's why I'm so fixated on it, because I'm like, I can make this actually perfect. Right? There is a way to avoid this.
I can TE make it work.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm TE as well, but
yeah. Like, I should be able to TE get the. Is that a contradiction for you that your TE is like, I feel like I shouldn't be able to TE get the thing done, but then with demon sensory, you can't ever fucking do the thing because sensory.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. That's rough.
It's frustrating. Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, your savior would be responsible for part of it, but then sensory at the bottom. Like,
yeah. So that's my life. My life is I have this addiction to there is a way to solve observer problems forever. Because it's like this is the like
okay.
because I don't want to freak out about a fucking microphone. Are you fucking joking? It's like even to me it sounds ridiculous, but that's exactly why I'm so focused on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, we could have avoided this. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with you, it sounds like it's almost like you think you can avoid decider drama, which is not possible.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I do think I can just do the perfect thing and then no? Oh.
No, because this is literally how it's gonna work. You become perfect, and then people are gonna judge you for being fake. And then you're gonna try and show more of yourself, and then people are gonna judge you about what you showed. And then you're not gonna show yourself at all, and then people are gonna judge you for disappearing. It's not, you can't win with these people.
Yeah. That makes so much sense.
Yeah. So there you go. You're not a decider anymore. Come join me on the observer side.
Woo!
And help me with my fucking microphone and my YouTube channel, okay?
I'm already halfway there. I mean, my things are like totally fucked up, so.
God damn it. Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about that before we move on? Because I know
we can move on.
Okay, thank you. Last, but definitely not least in the compare and contrast, is the double masculine SF versus the double masculine NT. You have been calling me out for my SF processing recently.
I have.
I don't get it. Can you talk about that without like outing me completely?
Well, I think your SF processing is like so interesting. Okay, so I think the fact that you are lead play and demon SF is so interesting because as someone who's lead play, you're obligated to like interact with people all day long. That's your thing. You are interacting with people all day long, double activated play. That's what you're doing. But with demon SF, you can't really interact with people on an SF level. It feels so bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you also called me out about me calling people fucking cute. Don't fucking avoid the real shit.
Julia. It's true. And then the other thing is I just think it's so cute.
Guys, Julia,
I think the awkwardness is adorable and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen and I like it.
This is so annoying.
It's so funny. It's just like, okay, so when I look at someone like you doing your little like awkward SF thing, there's part of my brain that just thinks that like you're doing it on purpose to be funny.
No.
And it's like a game. And it also like I feel like it gives my FE like something to do.
Oh my God.
Like, okay, so when I think about the first time I met you, a first impression when I was like, oh my God, this is painfully awkward and I didn't like it. Then once I got to know you and got to see that the awkwardness is just kind of like part of who you are and like got to kind of become familiar with it, it's just like, ooh, that's fun. Like, ooh, that's something that I can like FE play with. And it's just like, because at the end of the day, my FE just wants to like move emotional states. And awkwardness is kind of one of those. And it's like a particularly fun one. So I like it.
Oh my God. Man. It's sad too because it's like every time I do the SF, I'm like genuinely trying to do what I think is the right thing, is how I feel. I'm like, oh, this is the right thing for me to do, and it comes off really like awkward and uncomfortable. And I get that, but I'm like, I know I need to do this.
Yeah.
You know? So for example, and this is me outing myself, like for example, when I tell girls like they're really attractive, even on my show, I'm like, it's like I can't go without saying this. It's just my mindset. I'm like, because it's bothering me. It's like I'm like, you know, I don't want to like leave because part of it, and this is probably a decision I make when I was younger. I was like, if I die not saying that, I'm gonna regret it, was kind of the realization. So as awkward as it is, I'm like, I have to say this, you know.
Is it also because it's something that you feel like is so like deeply personal that you feel like if you're being an authentic person, then you have to share that because it's something that's so
Kind
deeply
of.
personal to you?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of part of my values of like honesty and authenticity to the degree that I can do it. But yeah, like, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
That makes sense because if like SF is introverted, then it's just very, very like personal.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy though is like the people who are savior SF sleep, they're not this awkward, right? Like Martha Stewart is not this awkward.
Oh, Martha Stewart. Yeah, that's a good point.
She's not. She like the way I describe savior SF sleep is they're like super elitist to me, in a good way. I like it. They're like, I know what I like, and you're a fucking peasant if you don't like this. Is how I feel. Yeah.
Sorry, just like that like shocked my FE. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's how I feel. Every time I interact with someone,
Yeah.
every time that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And like and the thing is,
You're
mine's
like,
a demon.
Sorry, I'm processing that and I love it so much. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, let's contrast real quick because we do need to move to some other stuff. But like masculine, double masculine, NT. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have double masculine demon NT. So I feel like, especially my TI feels like it's really the only solid function I have to like stand on because it's my masculine decider and it's my identity and it's so strong and stable, but it's also like I can't fucking like get a hold of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that feels like the only thing that I can really stand on. But then my masculine NE is like just like intense like chaos in my brain, kind of just like I have a lot of bullshit any ideas running around in my brain, but because I'm not taking responsibility for them, I'm not like teasing them apart, kind of.
Yeah.
They're just like really intense like brain idea chaos, kind of.
Yeah, so it's funny because this is, and I don't know if I told you this. No, I did not tell you specifically this, but like it's funny that there are some people in my life who have masculine NT, or at least masculine, double masculine NT. Even as a demon, they feel like they're NTing more than I am. Right? So to use an example, and in the interest of time, your YouTube channel. Yeah. Remember that fucker? Yeah, you thought I was gonna bring that shit up. I got masculine aside, girl. I'm looking
fuck you.
I'm looking at the clock. You thought I wasn't gonna bring that up. So as an example, her YouTube channel is NT as fuck. I don't know what else to say. Right? Can you talk about that?
It does feel like it feels like I've given myself permission to use my YouTube channel as kind of like my area just to like get out my ideas. Mostly just like my NE ideas, you know, and just like kind of talk them out. But that might also be another reason why I kind of don't want anyone to go to my YouTube channel ever, because it is very like it's my TI. That's my TI.
That's exactly why.
Like,
but then
look at it.
No, okay, Jolie, I'm gonna judge you publicly, and you guys look. You guys can put some thumbs downs if you want. If that's really your intention, if you're so uncomfortable, why put it on YouTube in public?
No, that's a great question. Because it feels like having some public accountability is actually really, really valuable to me.
Okay.
It feels like having public accountability actually gets me. It motivates me to actually do it and to actually keep track of it. And having like a handful of people see it it feels good, and it feels like there's accountability, there's feedback from people, which is great. But it's also like I only want 5 people to watch my YouTube channel. Like why would I ever want any more than 5 people to watch my YouTube channel ever?
Yeah. You know what's funny about that too? You know what's really funny about that? I hear that typically from people who are savior NT.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting.
Yes, at least that was my bias, right? Like my understanding of people with NT, it's like, well, I'm like, why would I want this to be popular? I don't want these losers, like these basic people to look at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's almost like the SF cheapens their ideas. Right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Whereas with me, I want all the views. I already told you this. Yeah. I'm gonna be the next Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Totally. I get that though. The SF cheapens the NT. I think for me, it's kind of that same thing, but I'm terrified of that happening. I'm terrified of the SF like pushing me to cheapen the NT because I want it to be NT. And I know that if it were to become SF, I would be obligated to do that. Does that make sense?
No. Well, keep on.
Okay, so I want my channel to be like my authentic NT ideas that are motivated by me and fuck all the SF people. They suck, you know?
Okay.
So, but I do want like I said, I want like 5 people to watch my YouTube channels just for, feedback or whatever. But it does feel like if my videos were to get 500 views or 1,000 views or like a lot of views, 500 views is like a lot apparently. Whatever. If I were to get like a lot of views, then I feel like I would be obligated to make it more SF, and I would be obligated to do more of the EJ thing.
Right,
and
you would betray your
push
NT.
me into my saviors. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to stop it.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to delete her YouTube off of my description. I've decided. She does not have a YouTube. I was lying. This was a hypothetical. Okay. I guess. I mean, I don't
not
get
like
it.
We haven't been talking about it the whole time or anything.
Yeah, she is not typing backwards. If you type that in, it's not like a tree flower looking thing. That's not hers. Okay, that's someone else. All right.
Okay. By the way, it's a picture of a brain with flowers coming out of it.
See, you're outing yourself. See, look, you can't even help doing the sensory. I was trying to help you out. Now you gotta sensory correct me. See, as
I was choosing that picture, I was like, oh my god, this is the most like effy demon NT thing ever. But I could not because I was like, I love it so much.
Yeah,
I had to.
All right, so let's look at some questions. Are you ready for questions?
Ready for questions? Are people going to ask me about myself?
Of the live chat, yeah.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, sure. Let's shoot.
All right, so let's start with a question from me, which is actually a very important question. Who do I main? Bro. Shirtless Sephiroth or Sephiroth? You know the difference. I main Sephiroth. I've been kind of fucking with Lucina to get my fundamentals down. Okay. As well as Marth, just to add a little spice. Okay. Also Kirby, that's the boy, that's from the 64 days. Okay, so those are my characters. If you want to get bodied, those are the people you need to prepare for. All right, next. What are your questions? I saw a lot. There's a lot of people saying hi in here, by the way. Let's see here. Or well, here's a comment. Shout out to Gray.
Okay. Effie is super nice. It's getting everyone on the same page emotionally. Often IMOTE is better than brainstorming than leading.
I guess
better brainstorming.
At brainstorming than leading.
TE is so good at brainstorming. Any TE in particular is so good at brainstorming. Like the fucking best. You guys are. Because it's like because it's both NE and TE are just like spinning around ideas. You know?
Yeah. Effie, yeah, actually she's right, because Effie is the one that gets everyone on board with the plan. Yeah, she's right. Like even in war, like these kind of biographies I've read, or even like fictional stuff, like, you know, it's like it's always the Effie person that rallies people and gets their emotions like, yeah, we're gonna do that. That's Effie.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right, next. All right, here's a question. Julia, do you see people with feminine? Yeah, go ahead.
Do you see people with feminine F and masculine T as being similar to you, regardless of TEF? Similar to me? I don't know if I'd say similar to me. I think masculine feeling is hilarious. Like, especially like your like masculine like feeling punchiness is hilarious. So the feminine, so like I can tell like masculine feeling because it's like I don't know, I just like it. Yeah. But like the feminine F is similar. No, I don't know. No, not necessarily.
I mean, what about
like,
masculine FE though? Is very different. I mean, what about masculine FE though? I mean, I think hopefully I'm not starting some decider drama. I'm hoping you're friends with Rose.
Yeah, I am friends with Rose. I love masculine. I was about to fight you. I love Rose's masculine FE.
Yeah, I was about to fight you if you weren't. But okay. Yeah, so compare you and Rose, right? Because you both are FE SI.
So Rose is so hard for me to see her masculine FE because it's in the middle and she's so goddamn balanced. She's so balanced. But I feel like for her, I'm mostly seeing not masculine thinking, like a void of masculine, like she's not pushing on the thinking like I am. But it's hard for me to see her say if you're masculine feeler because she's not that pushy. She's just so like cool and relaxed. She's not pushing on anything, you know?
That's not true, but that's okay.
Okay. Fine.
I'm telling you from experience. Like to the point where I know FE wise, I can't say more because she'll like attack me later in the DMs. Like she's like, look, you need to respect people, which is good. Right. So Rose, matter of fact, now I gotta see. Now I'm fucking terrified. Rose, if I wasn't supposed to talk about you, I'm sorry. Publicly, okay? All right. Next. Let me see what's going on here. All right. I don't know who this is, but hi, I like your username.
When a demon TI answer the who are you question with facts, name, age, job. Who are you? I answer the question with, can you please tell me who I am? So
are you fucking serious?
No, I mean, I'm exaggerating, obviously.
No, that wasn't obvious.
But when people ask me who I am, it's like, my brain's like, what? What do you mean? What kind of, I would be like, tell me more information. So it's hard for me to answer that question. I don't know.
So, Julia, who are you?
Fuck you.
Answer the question.
No, fuck you.
This is not a hard question.
Is it though? I mean, it's very open-ended. Like what?
So answer it the way you want to. That's the whole point.
No.
What? I'll answer it.
Okay, great.
So I'm a motherfucker that likes disrespect. I like Super Smash Brothers. I'm about to be the next Mr. Beast. Okay, that's it. At this given time. I love the Dave disclaimers. At this given time. Subject to change. Okay. But yeah, that's currently who I am.
That is a fabulous answer. I do not have an elevator pitch for who are you, but now I'm thinking maybe I should make one. So
just bullshit on the spot like I just did.
Great.
All right. Next. Okay. Well, I'm actually seeing if there are any other questions. I don't know. This might be it.
Felix says you do the perfect thing in order to have the perfect relationship. I agree, Felix. That is how you have the perfect relationship. You do the perfect thing. Felix. Yes. I would agree with that.
That's 100%. No. That's why you guys are both deciders. You guys are. Why are you doing this to yourself?
We're both deciders with TI.
There is no perfect love. I'm going to emphasize.
Yes, there is. You just have to find the perfect thing, and then once you find it and you do it, then life is solved.
You know what? This so tangent. Okay, tangent, and a spoiler. This is exactly where WandaVision. The I don't know if you guys have been watching that. Wanda is a decider because she's thinking, oh, there's a perfect world we can live in. No, that's fucking fake. This is not real. It's like, that's so fake. Matter of fact, I think Wanda in that show is FE. Because she wants everyone to be happy and everyone should say the exact right thing. Otherwise, I'm going to get mad at you and you're going to stop existing. Like, why are you guys like this?
I mean, I have no idea what show you're talking about, but I agree with you. It is fake, but my lead Effie brain wants to believe that yes, that is true. There is
No.
a perfect utopia, whatever. Yeah.
Where is it? Show me censor. Where's the censor?
I don't have the censor around that. I haven't found it yet.
Uh-huh. Look at you.
Yeah.
All right. So you got me triggered. All right, let me see here. Is there anything else? Yeah, look. Even Anna knows about the WandaVision. You know what's funny about that? I haven't even watched the show. I just watched the commercials and the little overviews. Because I'm a need. But yes. And then Felix is saying, I don't know if I wanted to describe the bullshit mindset of the deciders. Yeah. So Julia, you're alone.
I wanted to describe the bullshit mindset of the deciders. I know that it's fake.
Yeah.
Both Felix and I should be aware that this is fake. I'm aware that it's fake as well, but it's...
You're a liar.
I mean...
You're a liar.
I know.
Okay. With that being said, do you have any closing thoughts, Julia?
This was really fun. My thoughts are FE thoughts. I enjoyed it.
Oh my god. Okay. Guys, I'm telling you, type is real. So...
Oh my god, it's so real. It's so real.
It's ridiculous. Let's close up. Let me do my awkward blast. So guys, jump out. It's over.
Oh, okay. I do have one more thought. Your awkward blast is like my favorite part of this podcast. Every single time. I watch your episodes, and every single time I watch the intro, I keep watching it. It's so funny. You say the same shit. I've seen it before, but I keep watching it. I'll with one of your videos. It's so funny.
I do, because I still hate it.
I love it. Great. I
hate doing it, but I know I do. It's part of my growth path or whatever the fuck. Anyway, so Julia, really appreciate you being here. Okay, so guys, I should actually probably stop saying this before I get in trouble, but I'm gonna say it because I'm DE. I'm not Benjamin. I'm not Kendrick. And I'm not Julia. She has her own fucking YouTube channel. So go type her name in, put in ENFP male, Benjamin. Matter of fact, you can even also put Demon Haunted Playground if you want to see the round table with us. Okay. So there's other shit out there. Go consume. Okay. Now, I'm actually gonna say this as an update more than an announcement. The timestamps are really fucking hard. I'm trying. It's hard. Doing timestamps for every episode is draining. So, but I will eventually get around to it. I'm going from most viewed to least viewed. Okay. Julia, if you want... And matter of fact, I don't give a fuck if Julia only gets 5 views. Okay. But if you want her to have timestamps on her episode, watch it a lot. Click on it a lot. Leave a comment as well so it can go up the algorithm. Thank you in advance. Next... You could still, guys, don't make me fucking disrespect you with shirtless Sephiroth in this fucking game. Okay? You can still get your booty whooped and catch these hands in Super Smash Brothers. We have an OP community officially. We're going to do a tournament in the near future. Come join us. My friend code is in my about page. Okay? Come send me a message and send me a time in the SI to get your booty whooped. Okay? Also... Guys, as I mentioned, I don't give a fuck about thumbs downs. Julia, stop laughing. Stop. I'm serious. Okay? I don't give a fuck about thumbs downs. So if you don't like me, I already know. See, Julia, there's some people who literally just come, click on it, and then put a thumbs down. I know who you are. So if you need to do that to make your miserable life feel better, do that. But put a thumbs up or thumbs down just so I know what's going on. Leave a comment. I read all my comments. And then hit subscribe so you can get the notifications. Dave Powers, assuming he's a fucking honest motherfucker, is going to be on the show next Thursday. I have the emails in the SI to prove that. So if he doesn't show up, I'm 100% shaming him publicly. Okay? But whether he shows up or not, there's going to be some really hyped episodes after that, especially in March. You're going to want to be there for March as well. Okay. So that's it. Julia, is there anything else? Try add anything for the FE?
Nope. That's good.
All right. So guys, really appreciate it. Julia, really appreciate it. Everyone in the comments, the live chat. Love you all. You already know that. So thank you. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.